How's it going, guys? Now that we've had both lineups for England and Scotland released, the game is only one day away. I wanted to have one final breakdown of the game, a full match preview to go through all the little bits and pieces, a couple key factors that might decide the game, and I want to hear your guys' thoughts in relation to the video. So please like and subscribe as always. Hopefully, this video will earn me a subscription of yours, and yeah, let's break it down. So we've all seen Scotland, England. They've had a bit of an up and down Six Nations so far, both of them losing to Ireland. And this is going to be a crucial game, right? This is one of the biggest games of the Six Nations, in it being the Calcutta for the Calcutta Cup. And right now, I believe Scotland's already won four in a row. Could this be a fifth for Scotland? Could it continue on their way? I do think that England is coming into this match slight favourites, but Scotland, they've shown time and time again just how dangerous they are, just how much of a ridiculously talented back row they have. And yeah, it is going to be a very, very tight game. It's going to be won by minimal margins, right? Obviously, Scotland do have a boost in having Finn Russell back and fit. Having Darcy Graham out is a big blow for them. They do have some serious talent on show though, and it's going to be really, really interesting to see how these two teams line up against each other, and how they play to each other's strengths and weaknesses. So we look at, as we're coming into the game, just how much a big mental battle this is going to be, right? Because obviously England are going in knowing that they've lost the past couple outings. It's going to add extra stress. It's going to add extra pressure. Never mind where they are playing, right? So that's going to add in an extra level of, anxiety and stress on top of that. So you look at both squads. Who's going to come in more confident? I do believe it is going to be Scotland, even though they're coming off of, even though they're coming off of not exactly the best of results, very up and down. England are coming on a high, especially with that France win where they won 26-25. And yeah, Scotland is a completely different ball game to France. Scotland tends to be a lot more structured in the way that they play, and can be very, very difficult to break down defensively. Right. So we look into England, the way they play. They are still evolving. It does seem that Borthwick has kind of finally settled on a captain in terms of Maro Itoje. With Scotland, they still are having Rory Dodge and Finn Russell as co-captains. They haven't set on an alternate captain as of yet, which can both be a blessing and a curse. But Scotland are still doing relatively well. I just find England are still evolving the way that they're playing. A big role is going to be Marcus Smith, and that I still feel Borthwick has not found his proper position, right? So you saw him, he was always playing at 10, and then all this talk comes up with Finn Smith. We saw how they played up against France. Next thing you know, Finn Smith is at 10, Marcus is at 15. Marcus puts in a brilliant performance, and now there's also talk about Marcus even potentially being, played in at 9. So I feel with Marcus, his hand is going into too many different pots, and I mean, damn, I even heard about talk of him moving to a 12 or a 13. And it's like, okay, when does this stop? Marcus needs to find his position. Honestly, and this is my personal opinion, I do feel he sits better at 15 for England because he is given more space, he is given more time. You look at how many meters he's carried. You look at what he does as a 15. I think he is absolutely brilliant. So personally, I would love to see Marcus at 15 more, just on a general. I would love to see Finn at 10 because I feel, especially the way England look to be playing, Finn fits 10 much better. And that's purely because of his personality and playing style, where Marcus would be better off at 15 again because of his playing style. You know, um, Finn likes to play the ball and help the people around him to get the job done, whereas Marcus sometimes he'll like to take it on his own and get the job done that way. So um, I don't know. It's gonna be it's gonna be interesting. I do feel a lot of it is going to come down to how well England can break down that Scotland side, right? Because we all know with the Scotland side, they're going to be working, they're going to be jackling, they're going to want to go for this turnovers as much as possible, right? Can England break down their free flowing attack, especially with players like Fantamerva, Hugh Jones? You know, will they be able to break down that free flowing rugby which Scotland love to play? Because they can be very, very creative when they want to be, and it's I think it's really gonna come down to who's gonna win at the lineouts, the scrums, and how quickly England will be able to stop Scotland from building their attack. Because once Scotland really gets in a roll, once players like Finn Russell are given time and space to work the game, once Van der Merwe, he's set, he's ready, he's calm, cool, collected, he's in the game, he's very difficult to stop. We have seen the likes of Ollie Slightholm and Tommy Freeman, the way that they kind of got under the skins of Pinot and Bielbiere. Van der Merwe is not that in the slightest. So it's gonna be interesting to see that matchup, right? And see how that one ends up playing out. Um, so yeah, it's gonna be a very hard fought game. It's gonna be a lot of back and forth. But personally, if Finn Russell has his game, and we all know he's going to want to play his socks off, especially after the last game. He's coming off. He came off early after that collision with Darcy Graham. Darcy Graham is still out, and I wish him all the best. But Finn Russell is going to want to come in here. He's going to want to make his presence known, show everybody what's what, and he works so well when there's that sense of unpredictability, right? And once he starts having a good game, he can be very unpredictable. He works very well on broken play and he likes to keep people guessing. But like I always say, he is also his own worst enemy. When things tend to go wrong, they tend to go really, really, really wrong. Um, and yeah, so there's going to be a lot of fights. There's going to be a lot of battling for territory. Tom Willis undoubtedly is going to have a good game. Tom Curry is going to have a brilliant game. I mean, we've seen how much this guy works. He practically crawls off the pitch. He works so bloody hard for the team. One of the most elite players in his position, and definitely one of the hardest workers you're going to find here for the squad. But how are a lot of these matchups going to work out? I mean, we look at players like Genge and Ferguson, right? That battle for power. Personally, I do feel that England are probably the bigger and stronger team, and especially with with the replacements such as Cunningham South as well. They are stacked heavy, hard hitters, where I don't think Scotland hold that much, right? So I do feel if England can control the game, if they can, dominate in terms of power, it's going to be a very, very long day um, for Scotland and England, as we saw up against France. And this is by no means a thing of saying, oh, France is the next big thing. Sorry, England's the next big thing. England need to stay consistent with these performances, right? They're still a very long way from being where they need to be, but it's very promising in their performances that they've put out. And having a player like Tom Curry showing everybody what it means, it goes a very, very, very long way. So I don't know if Marcus Smith is able to control the tempo, dictate the kicking, right, make use of key penalties, and force Scotland to mishandle. We have seen, like in the game between Scotland and Italy, how um, how Finn Russell sometimes gets caught up in the play. All right. Next thing you know, Brex intercepts a pass and boof, he's off. Try. Right. England are not going to be as forgiving as Italy was. England are a lot more aggressive, physical side, and they have the likes of Finn Smith and Marcus Smith to really control the game. And then to bring in players like Tommy Freeman and Ollie Slightholm, which are essential when it comes down to their play and using that wide ball, using those up and unders. And then you know what? You have Alex Mitchell, who can then also control the game from the scrums, right? His quick play, getting play started, moving things. And this is the one thing he does very well, is he can dictate tempo at an instant, right? So when the game needs to be slowed, he's able to do that. When the game needs to be picked up, the pressure needs to be put on. He's using his range of passing to really set the tempo to get England running again. He's able to do that so bloody well. And then you have players like your Ollie Lawrence and so on, which is just an addition and a boost to that. So it's gonna be a very, very interesting game. Needless to say, will Scotland put another win on the clock up against England? Right? Will England be able to stop the rot? And having a player like Maro Itoje as captain, leading them on, pushing them on, will definitely, definitely be a big, big play, right? But I don't know. It's going to come down to who has the better game on the day. And that is how it always is. Who comes in with more desire, who comes in wanting it more, and who's willing to die on that pitch to get those points. Right? Because we know Pierre Schoolman, Dave Cherry, Ferguson, they are going to want to be taking heads, right? They are going to want to be taking heads. So it's unfortunate Scotland is without Darcy Graham, but they are no joke. And then that Saints connection with England in having Mitchell, Finn Smith, so it's Alex Mitchell, Finn Smith, and then you have Ollie Slightholm, you have Tommy Freeman. It's a beautiful thing to watch. It really, really is a beautiful, beautiful thing to watch. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I want to hear what you guys think. What's your prediction going to be? Personally, and you guys are probably going to hate me for this, I do still have Scotland coming out with a win. I do feel that Finn Russell, he's going to have a bloody brilliant game, right? Ben White, he's going to be able to dictate play. He's going to be able to dictate tempo, and he's going to be able to bring in players like your Hugh Jones, your Blair Kinghorn, your Van der Merwe, that is just going to have that edge, that slight edge over England. But I'm taking this as a 2 point win for Scotland. I'm saying 25-23, 25-23, or in and around that area. But let me know what you guys think. Please like and subscribe as always, and catch you guys in the next one. Bye.